The Chinese government attaches great importance to the legitimate rights and interests of all overseas students in China. It requires all colleges and universities to keep a close contact to all overseas students, carefully arrange online courses, and also address all their legitimate needs and concerns. While taking into consideration all preventive and control measures, China will assess the situation concerning the resumption of classes for international students and will keep in contact with all parties concerned. This is the most official response that we've got or that we've had so far concerning the return of international students to China. And this response was made by the minister himself. But when we look at this response, yeah, several months ago, this response meant a lot that at least they have concern for the international students. They are taking into consideration every preventive measures and they will keep in contact with all relative parties and will call students on time. But at the level at which we are now, currently, this response to me sounds so generic. Like, when you have a pressing issue and you send an email to an organization and you get an automatic response, for me, it sounds robotic. It sounds like you've just been responded by maybe a robot or maybe the machine or something. Because let's look at this. It's over 2 years now, and students have been out of China, unable to return. And they've not had anything concrete. They've not had any concrete response about their return. At least other countries have even made promises or made plans, and then before maybe something happens and the plans are shifted a little bit or maybe delayed. But with the case of international students who are out of China, we've not had anything concrete. We've not heard any concrete plan. We've not heard any concrete decision or preparation that can show that, okay, maybe in the next 3 months or in the next 6 months or in the next 1 year, students are just left like in the blues and they have no official time in order to plan their studies. Well guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Business Connect. My name is Roy. I live here in China. I studied in a university here in China and now I'm working here in China. So I've been doing a series of videos about students, how to survive as a student in China, how to find a university, generally how students survive in China. And I also do videos about business, entrepreneurship, and social motivation. So if you like the videos, you can check our channel, and if you like our videos, you can subscribe on our channel so that each time we do videos like this, you will be notified. So today's video will be about looking at the situation of students. We'll look at a couple of things that have happened in the past month and in a couple of weeks past, and we will try to analyze this, and we'll also try to look at the future, like the things that might happen in a couple of weeks or in a couple of months. It's December and students will be going for the winter vacation very soon. Some students are already on vacation, and as we know, the new school year will be starting sometime in January and February, and students have already received emails from their universities saying that the studies will continue online, which means that the next semester will still be online. In the past months, international students have done a lot trying to come back to China, trying to persuade these international authorities to grant their return to China. But I think all their struggles have just been landing on dead ears because nothing has been done so far. Students have done demonstrations. Students have gone on the street. Students are really in misery. Some of them are giving up. Some of them are just in the dark. They don't even know what their futures will be like. Because some countries have even gone ahead to say that certificates that will be awarded online will not be recognized, and a lot has been happening, but still students have not had any official statement on this matter. Some countries have even gone ahead to say their students will be prioritized once China opens their borders, but when will this prioritizing take place? We've heard this from Thailand and I think from Malaysia. These countries have said that, oh, you will be prioritized once borders are open. But When will this happen? Prioritize in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years? When will students be able to return to China? Along the line, still, some countries have still been able to send in their students to China. We don't know how, we don't know which visas they used. We don't know if they used X1 student visas or maybe company visas, or how did the students come into the country when we know that students with X1 visas are not able to return to China. Some universities have successfully brought in their students. We've seen this happen. Some universities have sent emails to students saying they should prepare. But like I said, I made a video on this when I said these three universities that made this statement, these were all affiliated universities. These were not all government-owned universities. We want to hear such a news from a government-owned or from a government-run university before we will believe that something is actually happening. Some countries opened up a portal and asked students to register their information because they are collecting data to send to the Chinese authorities to prepare to send back students. But after all the data was collected, nothing happened. Students are still left in the doom. The most recent one that even happened, the Association of Southeast Asian Countries, they had a meeting a few weeks ago, and the ambassador also mentioned that students from Southeast Asian countries will be prioritized when China opens its borders. But still, when? When will this happen? I think students are tired of getting promises without any feasible plan, without telling the students that in the couple of months or in the next 2 months, this will happen, or by next month, by next week. Like students, we were taught in school that we don't make plans without seeing like dates, without seeing timelines. But the same authorities, the same administrators have taught us this, and now they are giving us something different. They're giving us plans without any timeline. I think it's time for us students to see a timeline to all these promises. We students, we understand how challenging the situation is here. We're seeing the virus, we're seeing everything that's happening, but we're also seeing how other groups of people are able to come into the country and go out. We're also seeing how they're giving priority to other groups of people and leaving out students. At least if no one was able to go in and come out of the country, would have been like, okay. But we're seeing how other people are being prioritized over students. Maybe for economic reasons or for political reasons, we don't know why. But we believe that students are the leaders of tomorrow. We are the future. So students should be given the priority to come and complete their studies. Now, students are about to go for the winter vacation, and universities have already sent emails saying the next school year, the next academic year will still be online. Like, how long will these online studies continue? Yeah, online studies are good. We know that, okay, without the physical classes, studies can still be done online. But for how long? And especially students who have like practicals, students who have to go to the lab, how can they do this online? I think students have been so patient to continue online classes for over 1 year now, getting to 2 years now, and it's high time for authorities to look at the situation of students and bring back students to China. Even if it means bringing them back slowly, like in barges, I think this will not hurt the situation. Like, it doesn't mean that all the students who are coming into China will be carrying the virus in their hands. I think they can use scientific measures, preventive measures, to bring back students in a preventive way that will not hurt the economy, that will not hurt the country. We know that this can be done. We know that China can do this. If China wants to bring back international students, China will. Yeah, the country has already proven to us that they can do a lot. They can do a lot of things. But this is the time that we want them to show us that really they can do a lot. If they want to use preventive measures to bring back students, even in batches, say, okay, this month we bring this number from this part of the world. This month, looking at the situation of your country, we bring this number, you get vaccinated, you do your quarantine, you take even a chartered flight. Like, all of this can be done if China wants to do it, vaccination, following quarantine, bringing them in batches slowly, everything can be done if China really wants us to bring back students. Before they said when the country will hit or will achieve herd immunity by vaccinating above 80%, then borders will be relaxed. Yeah, they're above 80% by now, I'm sure. And still nothing reasonable has happened. Yeah, we know new mutations come up every now and then, new variants come up every now and then. But still, we believe that with science, with preventive measures, students can still come back to China without carrying the virus in their hands. Like, literally now, it sounds like students are carrying the virus in their hands and bringing it to China. No. Students are in their countries, they are not infected. They can be vaccinated, do quarantine before their flights, and do quarantine when they arrive China. At least they should even give the students that option before. If they are not able to afford for that option, then it will be like, okay, we've given you the option to be vaccinated, do quarantine before and after your flight, and you cannot. Then now it will be clear that students have been given the opportunity to return and they cannot return. That it will be acceptable. Now they're saying, okay, it's no more herd immunity, it's no more 80%. Now they're talking about 0.1% of fatality or transmissibility. I don't know. They're giving other matrices that if there's matrices that we don't even know, that only science or only God can tell when such a matrix will be achievable. Now, when they talk about transmissibility, when they talk about fatality, who can measure when that will happen? Who can measure how transmissible the virus will be by next year? No one knows. So it means that students are still going to be hanging in the doom. So please share this message with someone. Let's continue to hit on the authorities until students have their way back to China. But let's do it in a responsible way. Let's do it in a mature way so that we will not be looked at as radicals, but instead as people who are doing things in a constructive way. This is Business Connect. If you've watched the video, if you like it up to this time, please don't forget to hit that subscription button, like the video, share it with someone. Join us on the channel so that each time we do videos like this, you will be notified and you will be the first to watch our videos. Until now, we peace out. I'll see you in our next video. Bye-bye.